good start to the week, the holiday week. We're gonna have a fun, chill lunchtime stream today, getting some yo-yo tricks in there, and I hope y'all enjoy the stream. So thanks for being here. Yo, how's it going, Newt Newt? Welcome. Happy Monday. Hope you're excited for Thanksgiving this week. You doing anything fun for the holiday? Nothing too crazy. That's okay. No worries, man. Hope it's a relaxing break either way. We're planning to have Thanksgiving here and have one of my wife's friends from Oklahoma come and enjoy having some Chinese food with us for Thanksgiving. It'll be my first time doing a non-American style Thanksgiving, and it should be fun. You sprained your thumb the other day, Rip. Dang. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it doing, did you sprain it doing a pretty hard trick, or was it just, from something unrelated? I want to try and find a way to smooth out that movement. Yo, how's it going, Bob? Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying the tricks. So close. Yo, how's it going, Earth Angel? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thought it'd be fun to do a quick little lunch live stream. Just chat and do some fun yo-yo tricks. Hope everybody's doing well this fine Monday. Dang. I've been trying to work on that horizontal Yuki slack. It's a fun one. It's just so tricky to keep it going. Dang, so close. Oops. Get that back under control. Not sure why I'm struggling with that trick. I had it down pat for a while there, where you just do a grind under the leg and catch it in a trapeze, but for some reason the slack keeps doing something weird. There we go. Hope everybody's having a good start to the week. I finally convinced myself to like exercise in the morning instead of going straight into just being on my phone, and it made for a much better start to the morning. I'll definitely say that. It's always a fun one to go for. Oh man, so many fun tricks. There we go. For whatever reason, my chat wasn't showing all the stuff here, so thank you for being patient as I now have chat up. So catching up, you're at a wrestling tournament. Holy cow, that sounds like an intense wrestling tournament. My goodness. I'm glad she only walked away with a sprained thumb instead of being on a stretcher. Goodness. It's intense. Azul, how do I do that? A lot of practice and a lot of time spent yo-yoing, but in essence, I've learned a lot from tutorials on YouTube and from friends, and then, you know, just experimenting. In better news, you may or may not have a specific month narrowed down for your first Louisiana club. Nice. Awesome. Congrats. I hope that that goes well for you. Just trying to slowly catch up on the chat that wasn't updating before, but is now. What's my favorite thing to do in my free time? Well, I do enjoy yo-yoing, that's for sure. But if I'm not yo-yoing, I actually do, I sing in professional choirs, professional and semi-professional choirs, and so I do enjoy singing quite a bit. There's the DNA. We got our DNA request already. Yo, how's it going, Josh? Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Jamie? It's been going well, thanks. Thanks for asking. Glad to have you here. How have you been doing? You should learn the Remy wrist whip. I don't know if I've seen the Remy wrist whip. Was it in his Worlds routine, or where might I find said trick? You can't figure out that whip. I mean, if it's a Remy trick, it's probably pretty hard, to be honest. So I wouldn't blame you for having a hard time learning it. Champion, we're getting there, Pedro. We're getting there. I'm trying to get better, but also trying to just enjoy the process too. Because yo-yoing in and of itself is intended to be a hobby. Dang, messed up that DNA. We'll try again. We'll try again for you, Tristan, don't worry. I will respectfully decline singing the thick of it. But I appreciate the suggestion. There's our DNA. We got a DNA in there. Lol. He does it in like every freestyle. Fair enough. Well, I haven't seen a ton of Remy's freestyles, so I'll have to go back and take a look at him. I know that like, the ones I have seen have been really good. Yo, thanks, Tristan. I appreciate it. I'm getting better at getting a DNA on this yo-yo, even though it has like a domed inner, like it's kind of like domed up, which makes it kind of hard to finger spin on. But we're getting there. We're getting better at it. So close. You're already planning out your next anti-prelim? Dude, it just ended. That's insane. It clicks 80, so that's pretty, I'd say that's pretty good, honestly. Like, clicking 80 is really good. Would you be going for sport or for 1A Pro? I really need to plan out a new competition too, honestly. Can I go Godspeed? I can give it a shot. Happy to give it a try. Oops, let me try it again. We'll try that one more time. No. It hit my hand. Lost some spin going on there. No, so close. Close enough. Close enough. You're planning out your final already too? Nice. Alright, we'll see you around, Josh. Thanks for stopping by. Nice. Good luck with the pro freestyle, my friend. I've been trying to think through how I want to do my next competition freestyle as well. I found out that recently that Steel City Throwers is happening in January, and I might actually be able to go to that. So even though I wasn't able to go to Florida States, I think I'll be able to go to that. And so I'm trying to think through how I want to approach my freestyle for them, because I got a lot of good feedback from Auntie, both from the judges and from Josiah Pulsifer, who I was asking questions to about my freestyle. And so I feel like I've got some good stuff to work on in like how I construct my freestyle and stuff like that. I just need to actually like put it together. You could always do Sport X division. That's fun. Yo, thanks Tristan. Appreciate the support. W is in the chat for Tristan. Thank you, thank you. a good reminder that if you are enjoying this kind of content, please do consider liking and subscribing so you can be notified for future live streams. I've been posting YouTube shorts every day, tricks, or most every day. And then I've got some ideas for some long form content coming up soon as well. We'll see how much time I have to make YouTube videos, but I will try my best. That's kind of fun. And I wasn't trying to do that trick on purpose, but it just kind of happened. There we go. There's some revolutions. Rancid milk? I still need to learn rancid milk. I haven't learned that trick yet. It's one of those classic tricks that I just never got around to learning. Yo, thanks Haley, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. With everybody learning the rancid milk trick or posting it lately, I probably should learn it, but at the same time, I also like just kind of doing my own tricks too. But I should learn it just for the sake of understanding it, and you know, you never know. Learning new tricks sometimes expands your horizons. It can help you be more creative. One more trick of the classics. Can you do walk the dog? Of course, happy to. It is a Monday. Our dogs need to be walked, but not too far. There we go. Yo, how's it going, Judy? Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Let's try that again. I don't know why that keeps launching so high. I'm trying to launch it to the side. More like that. Boom. How's it going today? Welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your week, my friend. So over the weekend, somebody on Instagram posted a really cool solo hum trick where they did like a double release around the leg. And so I've been trying to learn it. It's a lot harder than I thought, but it's also really fun. Yo, how's it going? Welcome back, Puro Mucho. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Always trying to figure out some fun new picture tricks. It's fun. Yo, how's it going, Hunter? Welcome. Got him, the man, the myth, the legend in the chat today. Hope your streams have been going well, my friend. Yo, thanks, Tristan. I appreciate it, man. I also enjoy my tricks. Do the SpongeBob. Oh my gosh. You and I both know that I don't know how to do negative 4 point whatever hook SpongeBob is. My best hook-esque trick is 1.5. Goodness gracious. And then that double or nothing whip that you taught me. I have a long way to go before I have negative 4.5 horizontal hooks. But I have been working on some regens, some foray regens that are pretty fun, and some soul hum stuff. If you are interested in seeing some of that. Ah, so close. Yeah, let's pull out some off string. Let's pull out some off string. That's the longer string. Let me get the shorter string. Yeah, so I've been working on, there's a regen where I go out to the side. Like I go out to the side and then I whip back the other way that I'm trying to work on. That was one that I was working on last week on stream. It snags sometimes, as you can see, but it's a pretty fun one when you can actually pull it off. I've also thought about doing like a whip into that bind or something. Trying to figure out how I want to do that, but like essentially the idea being we have the yo-yo over here. I whip. It's hard to do this, and I whip this way as it goes that way, and then I launch it back out the other direction. That's something I'm trying to workshop. How's it going, Simon? Appreciate you being here. You are indeed correct. Dang. So close. Ran out of spin on that one, that's for sure. But in any case, the regens, if I can stop dropping my yo-yo for a moment. The regens have been going pretty well for the most part lately. Except for when I have old string like right now. Been thinking about getting some string from OT, some OT string actually, because I've heard that it's pretty good for off string. Yeah, something like that is what I'm thinking of doing. Where like I end up going like forward, and then like that. And then from that last bind and the downward throw, going like some sort of like reverse open string bind. But the thing is that I need to figure out where to place the yo-yo to make that bind actually work. Because like if it's just straight out to the side, then like, I don't know, it just doesn't cooperate. But if it's too high, then it's like really awkward to get the open string bind. Yeah, still workshopping how I'm gonna do that. But regardless, having some fun with some regions, that's for sure. I'm back. And then the soul hum trick that I was working on was a trick where I launch both yo-yos around the leg. Some of you who follow me on Instagram may have already seen my attempt at this trick. But kind of like that, except for both of them go around the leg. It's really hard to land, but it's fun. Close. Close. Very close. I don't know what's going on with ping pong. Lately I keep messing it up. But it's all good. We'll get it eventually again. Yo, thanks Connor. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for the support. W's in the chat for Connor. Excuse me. There's some stall that you can do that's like interrupting that like you interrupt a somersault to stall or something like that. What off-string yo-yo should you get? Great question. Have you ever played off-string before? Because if it's your first time, I might suggest a different off-string yo-yo than if you have done it before. But for your first off-string yo-yo, I think C3 has some really good off-string yo-yos. I don't have the Viper X. You have played it before? Okay, nice. The Viper X I have not played, but I've heard good things about it, especially for playing indoors, which I probably should be using since I play off-string indoors. I really like pretty much every yo-yo made by Japan Technology, even though I'm not sponsored. They just make really good yo-yos. Wild also makes some really good off-string yo-yos, but they tend to be a little bit more expensive. Same with Yo-Yo Recreation. But for like a good beginner off-string yo-yo, I feel like what is it called? From ACO, from ACO on Yo-Yo Sam, the ACO Vamos 2 is a really good one. That was my first off-string yo-yo getting back into off-string, and with it being wider, that helped a lot. Like kind of wide and kind of heavy, made it easier to control, in my opinion. The C3 Contrail is always a good one to start with. These ones, the Japan Technology Seals or Amulet Pros, are good ones. It kind of depends on your budget. The Vamos 2 is the least expensive at around like $40 of the ones I've suggested. Ow. You'll have to be ready for some string snags though. Goodness gracious, that one hurt. But yeah, those are some ones I'd recommend. The yo-yo Unlimited is pretty good too as well. And I mean, it was used to win the World Yo-Yo Contest, so there's that. But yeah, there's a lot of really good off-string yo-yos on the market. So I'd say choose one that you like the look and specs of, but most important is to find something that is, you know, a bit bigger, a bit wider, you know, at least 60 millimeters wide, would be my suggestion. And something that'll be durable. Palm plastic, which is this machined plastic, tends to be more durable to drops than polycarbonate. But some polycarbonate yo-yos are pretty durable as well too. You just have to be aware of like where you play off string. Because if you play over carpet, then it, like I do most of the time, it probably doesn't really matter that much. But I've been meaning to make a whole like off-string beginner guide video on this, so I'm thinking through some of the stuff as we talk. Can I do horizontal solo hum? Oh goodness, no. I can barely do horizontal regular off-string. And then usually I can't even land that either. So no, unfortunately. I would love to learn horizontal. Well, love is a strong word. I think it would be really cool if I could learn horizontal solo hum. But we are nowhere near that at the moment. Come back. One day, maybe horizontal solo hum will be achieved, but man, that would be insane. Dang. Close. Can I do Riverwalk? I can, probably not right now on stream, but I have been thinking about doing a stream on the Riverwalk at some point because I think it'd be fun. I've never done a stream on just data and not Wi-Fi before, so I'm not sure how well the connection would work, but I think it'd be fun. And if people are interested in that, happy to give it a try. But yeah, especially since I'm like on a lunch break for work right now, I probably don't have enough time to go to the Riverwalk just yet. But if people are interested in that, happy to consider it for a future stream. Might switch back to some 1A here for a little bit. Just gotta get this string back the way it was. Here we go. So close. There we go. There it is. Trying to get better at my horizontal 1A. It's fun, it's just you'll always have to keep the yo-yo moving pretty much, or be very acutely aware with how it's going to react. But like losing momentum is pretty detrimental for 1A horizontal, and I guess just any horizontal for that matter. Dang. I wonder what would happen if I went that way. Never tried doing recapture that direction before. Yo, how's it going, Ella? Doing well, how are you? We got another request for Godspeed from Drake. Sounds good. Let's give it a go. Let me just untie this knot really quick. Ah, dang. Let's try that again. So easy to mess up when you're moving so fast. No. What happened? Okay, there we go. Goodness. We'll get the front style part of it at least. Something like that. You're right. Well, I hope that your day gets a little bit better, Ella. I know that sometimes the start of the week can be a bit rough. Hope some yo-yo tricks can help brighten your day a little bit. Thanks for the trick request, by the way, Drake. Appreciate it. Dang. Every now and then, something weird happens while you're trying to do a trick and it just suddenly stops. How long can I do the DNA? Depends on which yo-yo I use. This one, not very long, because it has a domed up shape, which makes it kind of challenging to really like balance your finger in it. On a yo-yo that's made for the DNA, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really timed it per se. Main thing is that my string is extraordinarily short on this yo-yo. But that long, apparently. Do I have a 9 Dragons? I do not have a 9 Dragons, but I'm sure you could DNA for a very long time on a 9 Dragons. Come to think of it, I've never even tried one actually. There's some people at Yo-Yo Club that occasionally that have one. Maybe I ought to try it next time I go. It does seem like a really interesting idea for a yo-yo. Can I do seasick? Yes, I can. Let me switch back to a more regular string length. That one has a really short string. So you may have noticed, but it also went a little bit quickly, but at the end of my speed combo, I do seasick right there. So if we get a couple wraps. I also like to do some variations of seasick, like a side style seasick, or there's also a side style seasick from Double or Nothing, which is fun. There's lots of fun seasick variations. Yo, thanks man, appreciate it. Can I do a 4.0 hook? Unfortunately, no. I wish. I can do 4 whips to get into a 1.0 hook. Does that count? 4x 1.0 hook. Because we got 1 hook, 2 whips, 3 whips, and 4 whips. I know that's not actually a 4.0 hook, but it was 4. You're about to ask about the variations of the. Were you about to ask about the variations for seasick or about 4.0 hook? Because it's like, I don't know, it's a fun trick to like see how many whips you can get for a 1.0 hook. Oops, messed that one up. So close. But the thing is that like in competition, no matter how many whips you do for a 1.0 hook, it's still scored the same, even though it's objectively harder in my opinion. But to each their own, you know. You're gonna ask about 4.0 hook, nice. I'm curious what the draw is specifically to 4.0 hook as opposed to 3.0 or 5.0. Neither of which I can do, by the way. But I can get an Eiffel Tower in there. Horizontal seasick, bruh. Like, I could try it, but like, that is a really hard trick. Like, I've literally only ever seen Gentry do that. Oh no. Hang on. I wonder if there's a way that I could do like my side style variant of seasick horizontal, because I feel like that would be easier. I'm just trying to figure out how I would do that. Can I do any of the emoji tricks? I mean, I can do Eiffel Tower. And I can do a heart. Give me a second to fix that. I whipped the wrong way. String is getting old, I probably ought to switch it out. But I can do a heart as well. Those are the main ones that I know. I'm not sure I know what you mean by DNA. Oh, since DNA is horizontal. Interesting. Can I do the star? For whatever reason, I've never actually learned the star. I don't know why I never learned the star, but I probably should learn it at some point. Horizontal, yeah. I want to try and figure out that. Because like what happens is you start, So for the actual like horizontal, not horizontal, but like side style seasick that I do, I start from this mount and then I open it up and I go back and forth. So I'm trying to think how I would do that with it having to constantly be moving. Oh my goodness. Thinking out loud here. Let's see. Because the thing is that if I keep like, if I have to keep it moving, then it's just gonna end up getting twisted when I try and do that. I feel like I would have to just like go straight into it from like, oh my gosh, how do you even begin to do that? Just trying to figure out that. Since DNA horizontal, does that, let's see. Since DNA is horizontal, does that mean that Sidewinder is a horizontal DNA? I suppose you could say that. Oh boy, my string tension is very loose at the moment. I guess that logic makes sense, you know, because if it's already horizontal to begin with, having it vertical would be the horizontal variant of a horizontal trick. Like multiplying a negative number by a negative number and getting a positive number. Or dividing by a fraction. What's my favorite yo-yo? Well, for 1A, I really do like this yo-yo a lot. I don't know if I would say it's like my favorite yo-yo ever, but it's definitely up there. I also really like these two yo-yos. This one's the Spy Dynamo. It came out like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 years ago. And it was my first like really good boutique, but also like highly performant yo-yo. I really like it a lot. And it has really cool artwork that is kind of hard to see with the lighting. But it's like this pattern of like a fox on one side and a hare on the other side, which is fun. Um, and then I also really um, I also really like this one as well. It's the Tachyon from Yo-Yo Friends. It's really fun. My oldest yo-yo is definitely this one. This is an old school Coca-Cola yo-yo that has been through a lot, so much so that you can barely even see the logo on it anymore. You only see remnants of it at this point. But that one is from like the 50s or something that I was gifted from a Dale Meyerberg, who is one of the original yo-yo grandmasters. He's really good. And he competes he does entertainer shows, and he uses like exclusively those old school Coca-Cola yo-yos and does like 2A with it, which is fun. My first yo-yo? My first yo-yo was a Duncan Mosquito, and I honestly don't know where that is right now. It might be in the other room. I'm not sure if I know what you mean by that, Drake. Like, how old am I? Or like, see if I can land a trick on an old yo-yo. Because you can still land cool tricks on old yo-yos. Like, if I can figure out where my Duncan Mosquito is, my oldest yo-yo trick with it, nice. That's an interesting idea. Mazarine, how's it going? Who wants to see a trick with it? Cool. Let me grab my oldest yo-yo. I think it's in the room right next to me. So one moment, I will go grab it. All right, we're back. This is my very first yo-yo, the Duncan Mosquito, the first one I've ever owned. And for comparison with the yo-yo I was just using, Um, it's about the same diameter, but it's like way slimmer. Um, and they don't even make these anymore. The response is so old that it like barely ever even comes up unless I bind, which is ironic because it's supposed to be a responsive yo-yo. They use the old school Duncan friction stickers that are like really hit or miss. So like sometimes it'll respond, but other times it won't. But to show a trick with this, believe it or not, I have landed neck laceration on this yo-yo. And it was sketchy as crap, but so close. Like I landed Ninja Vanish and neck laceration on this thing, and bro, it was so scary. But like with how small of a gap it is, it makes it super hard to land those tricks. Because the thing is narrow, 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 narrow. You can still do tricks with it. You just have to be careful with your technique. Dang. It's a fun yo-yo though. I like it. Brent stole on a semi-responsive yo-yo from who knows when that's not even made anymore. Because like if I tug hard enough, it'll come back up. It's just like I don't know. It's so inconsistent with this response that it's fun to like try unresponsive tricks with it. I tried off string with it, but the weight on it is so weird that I just couldn't get it to do anything. It would just fly off. So close. There it is. Brent stole on a semi-responsive Duncan Mosquito. I feel that, Connor. Like, I feel like I have some really good tricks, but like hook-wise, I don't know squat. Like, my best hook is 1.5. And I honestly don't mind. I really don't find a lot of enjoyment in doing like hook style tricks too much. This is so okay, so this was with my first yo-yo. With my oldest yo-yo, meaning this one's fixed axle, which means it doesn't have a ball bearing in the middle, and it's even slimmer than the last one. In terms of the gap, at least. But this one is responsive, and so you can get it to sleep a little bit. But this one is probably better for doing like looping tricks or stalls. It's just, its gap is so tiny that it can be very hard to land. But I grew up on responsive yo-yos, so we can do this. So close. We're gonna land this whole combo. We got this. Yes. Yes. No, so close. We almost had that. The precision this takes is ridiculous. Because like the width of this thing, like the width of this gap is literally like the width of the string. So it's like you have to be extremely precise, otherwise you're just gonna miss. So close, dude. Dude, that was it. And then I missed the last stall, dang it. Oh man, beef hook on this thing? Heck no. I haven't learned beef hook, and this thing is way too responsive to do beef hook, unfortunately. But if I do learn beef hook, you better believe I will at least try it on a responsive yo-yo. Yeah, this yo-yo is made for responsive tricks like that, where you're looping or you're doing stalls or regenerations. Those kinds of tricks that are fun. My newest yo-yo is that gold one I was showing you earlier, this one. It's the one that I've been using, or that I got most recently. It feels so weird because it's so huge in comparison to the last one I was just using. Like, just for comparison's sake, like, just look at the difference between these two. Like, this is ridiculous. My favorite trick on a yo-yo? My favorite trick for 1A is probably this. Oh no, I messed up the last part. I'll try it again. There it is. That's the one. I do have off-string yo-yos, and believe it or not, that is my main competitive style. So yes, I also do off-string. So close. Messed up the aim on that regen. I do have some 5A as well, so I'll try some 5A here in a minute. No, what have I done? Got the string tangled. 1 second. So close, dude. It's such a fun style, but it's so easy to mess up. Yes, I can do solo hum. Still learning it, but I learned it a couple of months ago. Let's go. Anti-spin. Anti-spin and I do not have the greatest relationship. I have been trying to get better at anti-spin, but this is what usually happens. Like, I'll get close, and then they'll like clash into each other. Like, I'll get so close with it. And I don't know what the problem is. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why that ending doesn't really work. Do solo hum with my smallest yo-yos. I don't have duplicates of my smallest yo-yos, And I tried off string with my loopers, and it just immediately snagged the second it landed on the string. Okay, there we go. That counts. Whether I get this up or not, that anti-spin absolutely counts. Whatever, that counts. That was anti-spin. Did anti-spin cheat on me? It might have. Yo, how's it going, Jaroslav? Welcome. I'm actually kind of surprised that I landed that anti-spin. And then there was a request for 5/8 as well. Where am I from? I am from the planet Earth in the country of the United States. We'll get that one in a second. Hang on. Close. Five is fun. What style am I best at? Probably either off string or 1A. I have a fun time with a 5/8 though. It's fun to mess around with. And every now and then I dabble with 2A, but I haven't figured out two-handed loops yet. I've just barely figured out one-handed loops, like this year. You don't loop at all, that's fair. That's always a fun one. A little scary to land that one, especially with a bimetal yo-yo, but dang. Had it going for a second there. I wonder. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can do like behind the back 5/8, but I don't really understand how. I mean, I guess I could just do that, but then that then just becomes one-handed 5/8, which I guess is a lot of 5/8, but not all of it. Wonder if I could do behind the back beasting. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that, Drake. Like, do I know what with this yo-yo? I wonder, could I do behind the back beasting? You'll get an outlier 5 in a Zenit on Christmas. Nice. I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about going to Steel City for their contest in January. Because I really wanted to go to Florida States. But I had too many things going on that weekend that I needed to be here for. But as far as I'm aware, I should be pretty open the weekend of Steel City throwers. So hopefully, can I do a DNA with this yo-yo? Maybe not with a counterweight on it, but we'll find out. We ended up in a triangle, not the DNA. What happened? How did we get here? Okay, let's try that again. Could you imagine a 5A DNA? Has anyone ever actually done like a 5A DNA, like a DNA that's intended to be 5A, where they incorporate the counterweight in some way, shape, or form? It's so awkward to throw in horizontal with a counterweight. Ah, close. Which state am I from? I'd rather not say, but I appreciate you asking. But I'm not from Pennsylvania, where Steel City Throwers is. It's just one of the ones that's closer to, well, close-ish. Not really like that close to where I live, but you know, like a few hour flight or something. So it's like close-ish. Yo, how's it going, Ethan? Welcome. I'd love to see a clip of that 5A DNA. Sure, go for it. What challenge do you have in mind? We'll call that close enough to a 5A DNA. Dang. This is why I use a bouncy ball for 5A, in case I get smacked in the face, as shown here. Yep, doing some 5A. Nice. Compete in 5A. Oh, bro, no way. I might do it. I might do it for fun. But the main, I'll think about it. The main issue with me competing in 5A is that I also compete in 4A. And unless I go to nationals, there's no distinction really between any of the X divisions. Like, they all compete together. And so I don't know if I'd really be able to compete in 5A if I'm also competing in 4A, you know what I mean? And since 4A is my main competitive style, like, it would be like advantageous to be able to actually compete in it. But if there is a distinction between 4A and 5A, then I would definitely give that a try, just for fun. Yeah, I'd want to in a small contest, but again, the small contests, they clump 2A through 5A all together, and that includes off-string. So I don't know if they would let me compete in multiple X divisions, since it's technically the same division. Do I have a horizontal combo? Not for 5A, but I do for 1A. Yeah, I have not figured out horizontal 5A. I say as I try, well, and I guess there's that. Does that count? It's so scary having that counterweight flying right in front of your face. I wonder if I could pull that off, actually. Probably need to replace the pads in this thing. The pads are pretty slippy at the moment. On a regular yo-yo, yeah. Yeah, good thing I have carpet. And also, this yo-yo has been through a lot already, and so even if it did hit the ground, it was already by me anyway. Ironically, from doing horizontal tricks, I dinged it on concrete while trying to do Texas Cowboy outside. That was a bad idea. I should have used a significantly less expensive yo-yo to do that, but oh well, mistakes were made. Okay, I have an idea for a horizontal. That's not what I was going for. Alright, I want to try and land this. I now have an idea for a horizontal 5A trick. what I'm gonna do basically, the idea is I kind of want to do like, I want to do this trick and then catch it and then go to the 5A bind. That's the idea I'm going for. We'll see if I can pull it off once I get this untied. Is it? There we go. You did a 5A DNA, nice. Do you have a clip of it? I'd love to see it. Dang. So glad I'm using a bouncy ball, because that, even with it being a bouncy ball, that hurt pretty bad. This is why I don't do horizontal 5A. What's my most expensive yo-yo? Unfortunately, the one I'm currently using that I've dinged on concrete. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I got it for pretty cheap because it was like an open box customer return kind of yo-yo, and so I got it for like dirt cheap. I don't know why I keep trying to recover it that way. I really want to land this because I think it'd make for a really cool clip. No, I grabbed the yo-yo, not the counterweight. That was close. That was close. No, we're figuring out the rhythm here. All I have to do now is figure out the catch so that I can do the 5A DNA, or not 5A DNA, 5A bind, and then we're like good to go. Yo, nice. Third place at Illinois States, that's awesome, man. How's it calling? How much does it cost if you can ask? So this one's the Yo-Yo Friends pheasant. It's like $135 retail. I got it from a friend who's on Yo-Yo Friends, and it was a customer return, so he sold it to me really cheap because he knew he couldn't resell it. But normally for retail, this is a very expensive yo-yo. The most expensive yo-yo that we've ever bought, though, was that orange Spy Dynamo I showed earlier, which was $120. I really want to learn. I really want to land this horizontal 5A trick now. I just have to figure out when to grab the counterweight. No. Ah, man. Can I do a brain twister with 5A? I could try it. 1A Sport and first in duos, nice. You love to see it. I feel like a brain twister combo in 5A would look really cool if I could figure out how to incorporate how I could incorporate the counterweight into like some sort of like back and forth motion. I think it would be really cool. Dang. We got this. Now the hard part is like redirecting it. No. man. I feel like I'm just gonna constantly smack myself in the face with this thing. You'll count it. Fair enough. Yours is a 9 dragons, but after Christmas, maybe Outlier 5. Nice. I'm curious about the Outlier 5 because of how extraordinarily wide it is. I feel like at some point, all the yo-yos are just going to end up being off-string width, and that hurt like crap. Ow. Good old sharp bimetal straight to the elbow. Yeah, maybe I ought to try this at a later point. I don't know, I'll give it a couple more attempts. But that one hurt. Oh goodness, that would be sketchy. 5A eve ends, like, or horizontal eve ends would be so sketchy. It's too horizontal. It's past horizontal at that point. No. I went for it, I tried. That was close. That was the idea. We'll take it. We'll take that one. What am I doing for Thanksgiving? I'm probably gonna have some friend, like one of my wife's friends is coming over from a nearby state to have Thanksgiving with us. And we're gonna be doing it Chinese style since my wife is from Hong Kong. And so we'll probably be doing hot pot for Thanksgiving, which should be fun. Can I do Koro Koro? Kind of. I'll give Koro Koro a shot, and then we'll wrap it up from there, because I do need to grab some lunch. But let's give it a shot. I've been learning a little bit of 3A, but be forewarned, my 3A is still beginner 3A, but... And yes, I know I'm using 2 different yo-yos. I don't have 2 duplicates that I'm willing to use and get dinged up. So let me get this set up one more time. Get them lined up. Oh, those are not lined up at all, but whatever. Dang. Sort of. Sort of. I will untangle this one off stream because that's going to take a while to untangle. I've gotten better Koro Koros than that, but that one's going to take me like 5 minutes to untangle. So let's get one last speed combo and then we'll call it a day. I hope y'all are enjoying this style of content. If you are, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing so you can be notified for future streams. Appreciate all the engagement with chat. Always makes it a more fun experience for everybody to have a conversation going, and appreciate the trick requests. But with that, have an awesome Monday, y'all, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.